Hi everyone, this is Audrey Allison, and I'm creating this intro for my November forecasts just to let you know that there is a technical difficulty and a glitch that I'm going to absolutely blame on Mercury retrograde as my ruler. Mercury rules me, and you'll see that there's a disconnect between the audio and the video on 9 out of 12 of the forecasts, and I'm not sure why because I've recorded them the same way. So I do apologize. If it's hard to watch, I suggest you do it blindfolded. Could be kind of fun. No, you didn't take a handful of peyote and watch them. They're going to be a little out of sync. So I do apologize, but hopefully the problem will be corrected for next forecast in December. And I won't dare bring the computer in to have it fixed until after Mercury goes direct on November 11th. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the forecast as much as you can. And I'll speak with you next month. Bye. Hi, Cancer. This is your November 2013 horoscope forecast and taroscope for the whole month. And I have to let you know it is like Wild Kingdom out here in LA. I've got birds, I've got squirrels, I've got chirping and cooing and cawing. It's a lot. There's a lot happening, and there's also a lot happening in the planets. So let me zip-a-tay and get right to it. We start off the month on November 3rd. We have a new moon annular solar eclipse, and this is 11 degrees Scorpio. And for you, Cancer, if that falling in Scorpio, that is your fifth house of romance, creativity, and children, and play, and fun, and leisure, and pleasure. So, what a great new moon to have, and it's also this eclipse. Eclipses, like I discussed last month, bring on changes in the areas they touch, but I'm feeling that having the new moon energy in there, it's just going to be a very good time for you to kind of kick back for a minute. You've had an intense year or two, but having this new moon in the fifth house feels a little calmer for you, Cancer. So go with that. On 11/5, Venus is going into Capricorn, and we love this because Capricorn is the opposite side, a sign of to Cancer. So the energy from Venus funnels down into us, into Cancer as well, through the astrological wheel. Now, Venus going into Capricorn is your seventh house of love, of soulmates, marriage, partnerships, relationships. So Venus touching that area, she is the planet of love in the seventh house. For you, Cancer, that's an amazing transit. It would be a very appropriate time for you to establish a relationship if you want one. And I just like to say that Venus normally changes signs every 28 to 33 days, but this is an actual longer hotel visit stay for her. She's going to be in Capricorn for 4 months because when she's in there, she goes through a retrograde, and that's coming up in next month's forecast. So you have this beautiful, amorous goddess planet in your seventh house of love, and she's also finances and money because she rules Taurus, and they are possession signs. Basically, this transit is spectacular to, if you're in a marriage, it's great for your marriage. If you'd like a marriage, you could easily find that kind of soulmate energy in the next 4 months, and also realize a very loving boost in your income or with your money. So we like that. And I keep saying we, even though I'm technically a sun sign of Gemini, I am born on the first day of Cancer, and I've made it by 1 degree into that sector. And I also have my own Venus and Mercury in Cancer. So, and I'm 1 degree away from being a Cancer rising, but I fall into Leo. But anywho, we've got Jupiter retrograde, 20 degrees in Cancer, in you, for on the 7th of November. Now, we know Jupiter has been in Cancer since June 26th of 2013, and she'll continue to be in, he will continue to be in Cancer through the end of July 2014. So, I mean, he changes every year. It's an annual transit for him. So you're noticing that with this sign of abundance, or this planet of abundance and benevolence and luck and growth in your first house of self, you could have gained a little weight. You could have been extremely lucky gambling or with risk taking or ventures. You could, Venus expands things. So expanding the self could mean a lot of things. It could be very literal, like you kind of want to eat good things and you're like, oh, 5 pounds here, no problem, I'll work it off. Jupiter makes it very easy to adjust to the beneficial aspects of life. So with this retrograde, you could actually get things a little bit in order if you've been a little too much treating yourself with this transit. But I like that Jupiter is just in Cancer, period. Even with a retrograde, it's really not such a negative aspect for it, because it's such a it's the luckiest planet that even when he retrogrades, it's still going to be okay. So we have Mercury going direct on November 11th, and this is 2 degrees Scorpio. Now, Scorpio for you is in your 5th house of fun again, and leisure and pleasure and children. So finally, Mercury, the planet of communications and the intellect and short distance travel and computers and the mind and glitches, finally goes direct. You could feel that you're able to communicate better with your kids. You're able to travel to short places. Weekend trips could happen again with a smoother transition. If you've done any of those in the last 3 weeks, there could have been some chaos or weird transportation glitches. I want to pull a card for you right now, just because I'm feeling a little interrupted with my energy, like I need to do this. So let me see what the cards have to say for you right now, Cancer. I'm so excited. The Lovers. Okay, so when I say they, I mean my guides, or the energy around me that's giving me information. They want me to address the Lovers because of your 5th and 7th house being so activated, and those are the loving sectors. The romance for the 5th, the soulmate for the 7th. This is what's up for you, okay? So November is a month about attracting good, positive soulmate energy. It could even be casually dating a lot, because the 5th house is, could be flitting around in flings, You could have a lot of that energy too. But if you want to commit, I know sometimes it's just not really what you want to do. I mean, there's a lot of options, but if you want to commit, this is the time to do it. You'll have things, options to choose from. So going back to mid-month, November 13th, Neptune goes direct, 2 degrees Pisces. Neptune has been stationed in Pisces, its home sign, for quite a while now. And Pisces rules your 9th house of far away, distant places and travel, long distance travel overseas. It also rules philosophy and religion and adventure. So, what does this mean? It means Neptune going direct, 2 degrees Pisces in your 9th house. Neptune is the planet of illusion and dreams, dreaminess, disillusionment, rose-colored glasses. You could have a better frame of mind or a better perception of that sector, of your 9th house, of where you want to travel, where you want to go, where you see yourself, or a better perspective on your religion or your philosophies in life. You might have been dabbling in all sorts of realms or metaphysical realms with Neptune retrograde, and now that that's moving forward again, you could actually say, you know what, I'm ready to declare what my pigeonholed box would be, meaning, what my religion is, what box I'm going to tick off, that I'm focused on, or that I'd like to call myself in this genre. So you could just be more certain about that ninth house now that it's direct on the 13th. On the 17th, we have a full moon, 25 degrees Taurus, and not an eclipse, just the regular old full moon. Taurus being your 11th house, Cancer. So your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, friendships, groups, organizations, clubs. Having this illuminated is a beautiful aspect because the full moon will be shining on what your hopes, dreams, and wishes are going to be. So internally think big for yourself and manifest them, because we are creating our own destinies. We all have free will. The planets are there to assist and guide, just like they were thousands of years ago. So I love that it's touching that 11th house for you. You could also find, I'm just intuitively picking this up, that you could definitely want to join some groups or clubs or something that you haven't been involved in before. It might really trigger your fancy. You could salsa dance. You could do something out of left field, which is amazing, by the way. I recommend salsa class. So let's see. We have Chiron going direct. That asteroid I spoke of last month, Chiron goes direct on the 19th, and that's 9 degrees Pisces. And I'm loving all these planets going direct for a change. Now we have Pisces for you being your 9th house again, of distant locations and spirituality and philosophy. Now Chiron is the wounded healer, so what I'm putting together here is that you might need to go away in order to fully recuperate or relax or recover from something internal. Not so literal. I mean, it could be as literal as recuperate from, a surgery or something like that, but I'm not really getting the health things. I'm just getting internal, you know how sometimes you go on a hike and being on top of the mountain and looking down on the city, you can gather a better perspective than if you just remain, flatland neutral with everyone else. I think you have to remove yourself from your environment in order to fully heal from something, is what this message means to me. And I'm going to pull a card regarding it. I have the Sun, and this is also a male and female energy card. I love this card, and I really feel like it's speaking with that, it's falling with that solar eclipse, solar being the sun, in that 5th house for you. I just feel like you're going to partner up, and it wants me to reiterate that. I also want to say, and you know what else? I was kind of thinking privately, where am I going to go next with this? And the sun is my next actual, how do I do this? The sun is my next actual topic, because the sun itself goes into Sagittarius. So thank you for guiding me. It goes into Sagittarius on the 21st of November for its monthly sign switch. And the sun going into Sagittarius for you is your 6th house which will be highlighted, Cancer. Your 6th house of health, 6th house of daily routine, and normal day-to-day activities and job. So that'll be your focus from 11/21 to December 21 or 22-ish. I hope that this reading was helpful to you, and I'm really happy to be doing this. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, and I've been overwhelmed with all the support, and I hope you have a beautiful November, Cancer, and I'll see you next month. My name is Audrey Alison. You can find me at audreyallison.com and also at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. All right, Cancer, have a sweet day.